Feeling tired, weaker, just kind of like blah, it's probably your testosterone, not your age. Since the 1980s, men's testosterone levels have been dropping like a rock, about 1% a year. Catch. That's a 45% drop in 45 years. Wow. What is that doing to your energy and drive? And how to fix it naturally? Oh. And Henry, he's here to help too. He's my four-legged sidekick, and yes, he is still all natural, if you catch my drift. Why is our testosterone taking a nosedive? Is it chronic stress from the emails we have nowadays and sitting in traffic, or endless screen time, or is it junk food, right? We have all that now too, right? Processed snacks, seed oils, right? Because the food industry, that's their idea of a balanced diet. It's not though, right? As you will learn on this channel. Plastics, chemicals, that might be part of it. Everything from water bottles to shampoo messing with your hormones, a lack of sunlight, and bad sleep. Vitamin D is a key for testosterone, and most of us are running on empty. Sitting all day, it's not a recipe for high energy. So modern life pretty much sets us up for low T levels by default. So how do you know if your T levels are low? Low energy and motivation, brain fog, belly fat, weak muscles, poor sleep, low drive. If that sounds familiar, then you might have something to consider. So let's talk about the lifestyle first, okay? So before we run off to get our supplements, no pill can fix a lifestyle that's running on empty. So based on Dr. Huberman, Dr. Berg, and Barbara O'Neill, here's what they recommend. And this is all natural stuff, right? This channel, we don't talk about steroids unless we're talking about, or pills, right? Unless we're talking about the negative effects of them. And I'm not saying that there might not be something that comes out or something that came out, but I'm not a fan of that stuff. When I work out and stuff, I don't do that. So morning sunlight, okay, that's good. It helps the dopamine and testosterone. My dog Henry loves a morning walk, right? Strength training 3 to 4 times a week. Lift something heavier than the remote control. Sleeping 7 to 9 hours. Eat real food, no fast food. Move daily. Well, we talked about that, but your hormones need exercise. And Henry does too, of course. Avoid plastics. Your water bottle shouldn't double as a science experiment. The water bottle, the more you use it too, the more the plastic comes off of the bottle, and then you drink it, right? So people don't realize how bad plastics are. So feed your hormones, right? Your hormones are picky, right? They're not a big fan of junk food. So Barbara O'Neill and Dr. Huberman recommend egg yolks. They have good cholesterol and vitamin D. They're both keys for testosterone. Pumpkin seeds, packed with zinc, which helps testosterone production. Shellfish is great for zinc too. Brazil nuts, 1 or 2 a day can help with selenium, another important mineral. �𝐾𝐒. Is that how you say it? 𝐿? Dark chocolate, right? That's actually good for you. I know how to say dark chocolate, that's for sure. It is good for me. Probably not for Henry though, right? Garlic. It's not just for vampires. It helps with blood flow and hormones. Leafy greens and beets. Because, you know, even your hormones need a salad now and then. Maca root supports energy and libido naturally. Greek yogurt. So there's protein and probiotics for hormone health in there. You know, you want to feed your body real food. So you got to stop cheating yourself, eating cheap food, because it makes you cheap, you know. Junk will make you feel junky, right? So the best supplements, you know, they recommend natural, right? Well, you know, your fridge does not have to look like a farmer's market, right? But that would be good for your to start, right? So the supplement list, right? 𝐇𝐎𝐒 helps free up testosterone. 200 to 400 milligrams a day, they recommend. I don't know how to say this next one. Maybe I do. 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 I'll have it in the description. Encourages your body. I'm a history teacher, not a science teacher. So I have a degrees in education, but you know, I started school in science, but I changed my major because I learned some stuff I didn't really agree with. So I'm not saying that scientists are wrong. I'm just saying that's my story, right? So that 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 encourages your body to produce more T naturally. 300 to 600 milligrams a day, cycle 8 weeks on and 4 weeks off. So that's, let me see if I make sure I say that correctly. 300 to 600 milligrams a day. You're going to cycle 8 weeks on and then 4 weeks off. Remember, this is, in the description, you're going to have the links to the videos and to the information. This one is about Dr. Seth. This is Dr. Seth Capper and Barbara O'Neill's. These are their recommendations, okay? Ashwagandha helps reduce stress and balance cortisol, 600 milligrams a day. But check into that too, because, you know, it depends on your other parts of your diet. You know, you don't want things to negatively affect you either, right? So, boron releases bound testosterone, 3 to 10 milligrams a day. Vitamin D3 and K2, hormone support in a bottle, 5,000 IUs of D3 and 100 mcgs of K2 daily. This one's interesting. Wild yam cream. That's Barbara O'Neill's tip for balancing hormones naturally. But, you know, like I said, always check with like a healthcare provider, you know, before adding any of these new products, right? Start with D3 and K2, boron, and 𝐇𝐎𝐒. Add the others as needed. So medical options, right? So sometimes lifestyle and supplements just aren't enough. If your testosterone still is in the basement, talk to an actual doctor. You know, maybe the guy with the white coat and the degrees can give you some information. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, can get you fast results, but it's a long-term commitment. Not sure about that one. Like I said, I'm not recommending all this. I'm just saying there is hope more naturally, right? Clomid or enclomiphene helps your body make tea naturally while keeping everything working as it should. Your drive doesn't mean you're out of the game. Your body's just trying to tell you something, right? You got to stop eating the crap, for sure. Eat real food. Eating McDonald's every day is not going to work. Move daily. You have to move. You have to stop sitting around. Go get a dog, maybe. I don't know. You'll get mad, but you're going to have to walk that thing twice a day. If you don't want it to, just freaking bounce off the walls in your place and attack you all the time. I got a big dog. That boy is probably 80, 90 pounds. I don't know. He's a big boy. Sleep like a champion, right? That's tough for as we get older, right? But you got to figure that part out. I got to do a video on sleep coming up. I'm going to make sure I do that one of these days soon. So stay connected, to people, to nature, and yourself, right? So closing. This is closing. I'm closing now, okay? So are you already using any of these foods or supplements or thinking about adding them? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories, wins, and questions. And hey, if this helps you out, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs no gimmicks, but real information, right? Stay strong because no one else is going to do it for you. And thanks for watching. This is inspired by Dr. Seth Kappert, Dr. 𝐊𝐿𝐼, Dr. Berg, Barbara O'Neill, and Dr. Andrew Huberman. And all the rights belong to those creators.